The night's pulse, a slow, deliberate thrum. Cobalt deepens into violet, and the wind whispers secrets only the cypress understands. I see him there, brush poised, a phantom limb of the wheat field, feeling the ache of the earth, the sigh of the stars. He chases the light, a maddened moth drawn to the flame of his own spirit. Yellow spills across the canvas, a fevered dream of sunflowers tilting towards the sun they can never quite reach. Each brushstroke, a prayer, a lament, a desperate plea for understanding. The colors swirl, a vortex of emotion, pulling me into the heart of his solitude. He saw the divine in the dust motes dancing in a sunbeam, in the gnarled branches of an olive tree, in the weary face of a peasant woman. He painted not what he saw, but what he felt. The tremor of the soul laid bare for all the world to see, or perhaps for no one at all. The stars tonight, restless fireflies caught in the velvet cloak of the sky. They spin and shimmer, echoing the turmoil within, the endless search for solace, for a hand to hold in the vast emptiness. Did he find it, that quiet harbor, that moment of grace? Or did the storm rage on, consuming him in its relentless fury? I imagine him walking these fields, the same fields I walk now, the dry grass whispering beneath his worn boots. He carried the weight of the world in his eyes, the burden of beauty, the agony of unrequited love. He gave everything, poured his very essence onto the canvas, until there was nothing left but the echo of his vibrant soul. The church spire, a dark finger pointing towards the heavens. A question mark, etched against the swirling sky. Was it faith he sought, or simply a connection to something larger than himself? Something to anchor him in the swirling chaos of his mind. The olive trees twist and writhe, ancient sentinels guarding the secrets of the earth. They have seen it all, the joy and the sorrow, the birth and the death, the endless cycle of life. And the colors, always the colors. The blazing gold of the wheat, the vibrant blue of the sky, the earthy browns of the soil. He mixed them with his tears, his laughter, his blood, creating a language that spoke directly to the heart, a language that transcends words, a language that sings of the beauty and the pain of being human. The silence here is profound, broken only by the rustling of leaves and the distant bark of a dog. A silence that allows the soul to breathe, to expand, to feel the pulse of the universe. I close my eyes and imagine him standing beside me, his hand resting lightly on my shoulder. He doesn't speak, but I understand. We are connected, bound together by the shared experience of suffering and the enduring power of art. The night deepens, the stars burn brighter. The wind whispers his name, a fragile echo in the vastness of the night. And I know, with a certainty that transcends all reason, that he is still here, in the brushstrokes, in the colors, in the very fabric of the earth. He lives on, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit, a beacon of hope in the darkness. The night's pulse softens, a gentle lullaby. The cypress tree, a dark flame reaching for the heavens, a symbol of mourning, of remembrance, of the eternal yearning for something beyond this earthly realm. Its silhouette against the star-strewn sky, a stark reminder of our own mortality. But even in its darkness, there is a strange beauty, a defiant grace that refuses to be extinguished. He saw it, I think, the beauty in the broken, the light in the darkness, the hope in the despair. He embraced the contradictions, the complexities, the messy, imperfect reality of life. The road stretches out before me, a winding path through fields of gold. Where does it lead? I do not know, but I feel compelled to follow, drawn by an unseen force, a whisper in the wind. Perhaps it leads to a place of peace, a sanctuary for the soul. Or perhaps it simply leads back to myself, to a deeper understanding of who I am. The sunflowers, their faces turned towards the sun, a symbol of unwavering faith, of radiant joy, of the simple beauty of existence. He painted them with such passion, such intensity, capturing their essence with a few bold strokes of his brush. They seemed to dance in the light, their petals shimmering like gold. They remind me to appreciate the small things, the everyday miracles that often go unnoticed. A single blade of grass, a drop of dew, a bird in flight. These are the things that truly matter, the things that give life meaning. The starry night, a swirling vortex of light and color, a glimpse into the infinite expanse of the universe. He captured its majesty, its mystery, its awe-inspiring beauty. The stars seem to pulsate with life, each one a tiny spark of divine energy. They remind me that we are all connected, part of something larger than ourselves. We are stardust, made from the same elements as the stars themselves. And just as the stars shine in the darkness, so too can we find our own light, even in the midst of our darkest moments. The cafe terrace at night, a warm and inviting glow in the darkness. The yellow awning, a beacon of hope, a symbol of connection. People gather here, seeking solace, companionship, a moment of respite from the world. He painted them with such tenderness, such empathy, capturing their humanity with a few simple lines. They are ordinary people, living ordinary lives. But in his eyes, they are extraordinary, worthy of love and attention. The boats on the sea, tossed and turned by the waves, a symbol of life's journey, its challenges, its uncertainties. We are all sailors on this vast ocean, navigating our way through storms and calm seas. But even in the midst of the storm, there is a sense of adventure, a thrill of the unknown. We must learn to trust our instincts, to rely on our inner compass, to navigate our own course. The crows in the wheat field, a dark omen, a symbol of death, of decay, of the inevitable end. But even in their darkness, there is a certain beauty, a stark reminder of the fragility of life. He painted them with such intensity, such fear, such acceptance. They remind me to live each day to the fullest, to cherish every moment, to embrace the beauty and the pain of existence. For life is fleeting, and death is always waiting. But even in the face of death, there is hope, a promise of renewal, a continuation of the cycle. The night's pulse is a whisper now, a breath, a memory. A single star remains, watching over the sleeping world. And in its light, I find a sense of peace, a quiet acceptance, a belief in the enduring power of love. And from the depths of the night, I hear a whisper, a sigh carried on the wind. It speaks of fields of gold swaying under an endless sky, of sunflowers turning their faces towards the light, even when the clouds obscure the sun. It speaks of a heart that yearned to connect, to understand, to find its place in the vast tapestry of existence. He sought beauty in the mundane, the overlooked, the discarded. A pair of old shoes, a humble chair, a field of wheat, all transformed into objects of profound beauty and meaning. He taught us to see with our hearts, to feel with our souls, to appreciate the simple gifts of life. The cypress trees reach towards the heavens, like flames consuming the night. They are symbols of mourning, of remembrance, of the eternal flame that burns within us all. He saw in them a connection between earth and sky, between the mortal and the divine. He painted them with such passion, such intensity, capturing their raw power and their quiet grace. And in their towering presence, I find a sense of awe, a feeling of being small, yet connected to something infinitely larger than myself. The village sleeps beneath a blanket of stars, dreaming its quiet dreams. The windows glow with a soft, warm light, inviting us in, offering a sense of belonging. He longed for this, for connection, for acceptance. But he was often met with rejection, with misunderstanding, with isolation. Yet he never stopped painting, never stopped creating, never stopped searching for beauty. And in his art, he found solace, a way to express the emotions that raged within him. The colors swirl and blend,
creating a symphony of light and shadow. The brushstrokes are bold and expressive, capturing the energy and movement of life. He painted with his whole being, pouring his heart and soul into every stroke. And in his paintings, we see a reflection of ourselves, our own struggles, our own hopes, our own dreams. We are all artists, creating our own lives, painting our own stories. And like Van Gogh, we must learn to embrace our imperfections, to celebrate our uniqueness, to find beauty in the midst of chaos. The night is almost over, the first hint of dawn appearing on the horizon. The stars begin to fade, their light dimming in the face of the coming sun. But even as the darkness recedes, the memory of the night remains, a reminder of the beauty and the mystery that surrounds us. And in my heart,
I carry the image of Van Gogh, the artist, the dreamer, the seeker of light. He walks beside me now, a silent companion, a guide on my own journey. And I know that even in the darkest of nights, there is always hope, always beauty, always the possibility of a new dawn. The fields awaken, stretching towards the sun. The air is fresh and clean, filled with the promise of a new day. And as I walk through the golden fields, I feel a sense of gratitude, a sense of peace, a sense of connection to all that is. The night's pulse fades into the morning light, leaving behind a gentle echo, a lingering memory of the stars, the fields, the soul of Vincent. It is a feeling of serenity, of luminous melancholy, a silent communion with the universe. He painted the night's pulse, and in doing so, he painted the pulse of our own hearts, a pulse that beats with hope, with longing, with the eternal search for meaning. And that pulse continues, echoing through the fields of time, inviting us to look closer, to feel deeper, to see the beauty that lies hidden within the world and within ourselves. A final brushstroke, a whisper of color, and the painting is complete. The night's pulse rests.